Being alone is not the absence of connection. It is the return to your most sacred bond, the one between you and the divine. In solitude, everything you've ignored begins to surface. The voice you buried beneath noise finally rises. Your soul begins to speak. The stillness you feared becomes your greatest teacher. You stop chasing the world and start hearing your own inner truth. When you are alone, you don't disappear. You awaken. You become more real, more present, more alive. The outside world may question your silence. They may say you've changed. And they would be right, because you have. You no longer operate on autopilot. You've stepped off the path others laid for you, and now you walk the path of purpose. This path requires strength. It requires honesty. And most of all, it requires your presence. It asks for you, completely, without distraction. Aloneness isn't punishment. It's preparation. You are being cleansed, reshaped, and realigned to your true vibration. This is not a retreat. It's a return to who you are beneath conditioning, to the energy you were born to embody. You aren't abandoning life. You are returning to its source. You are rediscovering the wisdom encoded in your own spirit. This journey inward may feel unfamiliar, but it's the most important journey you will ever take. It's how you meet yourself fully. When you enter solitude, you step into your sacred temple. There, you will uncover what years of distraction have hidden. Your fears will come up. Your shadows will speak. But through them, your truth will emerge. This sacred solitude is how the soul heals. It is how you reclaim your vision, your power, and your peace. In stillness, the noise of the world fades. You stop performing. You stop pretending. And you begin to remember. The world taught you to keep moving, but healing asks you to be still, to sit with the parts of yourself you've run from. As you sit with yourself, you realize that your worth was never in what you produced. Your value was never up for debate. You were always enough. But now, you know it. This knowing doesn't arrive in crowds. It doesn't shout. It whispers to you in silence, in those late hours when no one is watching. As you become more comfortable alone, you stop reaching for empty connections. You stop numbing. You begin to feel again. It's in these raw moments that you find your real voice, not the one shaped by fear, but the one rooted in truth. Every tear, every breakthrough, every memory you face, it all leads you home, back to your essence. Your soul is not here to please the world. It's here to live, to grow, to express itself freely. In solitude, your soul begins to unfold. Your purpose begins to reveal itself, and your power begins to return. This is not the time to fear the dark. It is the time to embrace it. For in the darkness, light is born. The spiritual path is not about always feeling good. It's about feeling everything, without escape, without denial. In aloneness, you confront your unmet needs. You witness the ways you gave too much. You begin to take your energy back. So many of us were taught to abandon ourselves for love, to shrink for approval, to smile when we were breaking inside. But that version of you no longer serves you. That version was built to survive, not to thrive. Now you are choosing something higher. You are choosing to rise, not in spite of your wounds, but because of them. Being alone strips away illusion. It reveals what is false and shows you what's real. You see the habits that once defined you. You see the beliefs you never questioned. And now you let them go. Solitude reveals your programming, the stories inherited from family, the wounds passed through generations, And the moment you see them, you are free to break them. You begin to question everything you once accepted. You begin to realize that much of your life was built on borrowed beliefs. But no more. Now, you build from within, from your own truth, from your own energy. This is why you've been called into solitude. This is why the distractions had to fall away, so you could heal from the inside out. At first, it hurts, because letting go of an old self is painful. But you are not here to carry the past forever. You are here to evolve. And evolution requires solitude. You need time to listen, to be guided, to remember the ancient wisdom that lives inside your DNA. This journey is not linear. It's not a checklist. It's a deep unraveling. And then, a rebirth. In aloneness, you learn to be your own anchor, your own light, your own source of love. You stop outsourcing your power. You begin to radiate it. As you reclaim your energy, something powerful happens. You stop attracting the same wounds. You stop repeating the same patterns. You begin to magnetize new experiences, aligned with your higher self, not your old wounds. The people who once drained you fall away. The cycles that once trapped you collapse. And in their place, you begin to breathe. You begin to rise. You begin to live. This solitude teaches you discernment. You stop giving access to people who don't honor your spirit. You protect your peace like it's sacred, because it is. No longer do you betray yourself to fit in. No longer do you silence your truth to be accepted. You realize you don't need to belong anywhere to know your worth, because you belong to yourself. And that's enough. Radical self-love and freedom. You stop waiting for someone to choose you. You choose you. You stop seeking validation, because you've learned how to validate your own experience. You stop chasing love, because you've become it. Love no longer feels like something to earn. It feels like something you are. And from this place, you give love freely, without fear, without expectation, without need. That is the gift of solitude. You realize the answers were never out there. They were always within. Your silence becomes sacred. Your stillness becomes strength. And slowly, you begin to remember why you came here. You came to awaken. You came to expand. You came to create. You came to love. And that journey always begins within. You didn't come here to blend in. You came to be a beacon, to guide others through your own light. But first you had to find that light, and that's why solitude found you. If you feel alone right now, trust this. It is not an accident. It is a sacred initiation. This is where you receive the gifts that no one else can give you, the gifts only you can find. You are not missing anything. You are not behind. You are exactly where your soul needs you to be. In this space, everything unnecessary will fall away, and what remains will be real. You'll discover your true gifts, the ones buried beneath years of pretending. You'll tap into a power so deep, so undeniable, that no external voice can shake it. This is the path of self-realization, of conscious rebirth. You will no longer feel empty. You will feel full, from the inside out, because you are no longer seeking. You are becoming. You are stepping into your divine nature, into your eternal light, into your creative power. Solitude reveals what the world distracts you from. It shows you your limitless potential. You begin to create with intention, speak with clarity, live with purpose. This inner journey opens the gateway to your most aligned timeline. Everything begins to shift. Your energy, your focus, your vibration. And with that shift, you begin to manifest from a higher place. You manifest peace. you manifest clarity. You manifest a life that reflects your true self, not the self shaped by pain, but the self born from love. Eventually, you no longer fear being alone. You cherish it because you've discovered what few ever do. Your inner world is enough. You become the friend you always needed, the love you always searched for, the peace you always chased. And one day, you'll look back and realize this time alone was the greatest gift of your life. It gave you back yourself. And with that, you gained everything. If this message spoke to you, I'd love to know. Leave a comment and share this with someone who needs it. Thank you for walking this journey with me. Wherever you are in your spiritual path, may you feel seen, guided, and empowered. Your light matters, your presence matters, and the world is better because you are awakening. You are not alone. You are never alone. The divine walks with you, always.